Alright, welcome to How to Play Cribbage Blitz. Each player starts off at 20 life points, and you choose the dealer by flipping a coin, or whatever. But right now I'll just be the dealer. Each player, just like in regular cribbage, gets 6 cards. And hands are scored in the same way, but also the new addition is that each player gets 4 blitz cards. This is the draft phase now, where we make our hands. So just like a regular cribbage, you give 2 of your cards, which we call main cards, to the dealer, and you give 1 blitz card as well to their crib. So let's see if we can get anything going here. I think I'm going to choose... Oh, this is bad. 9, 2, 3, 4. Because I'll get a run of 3, 2, 3, 4, and 4, 2, and 9 is 6 for 15, so that's 5 points without the flip card, which is pretty nice. Now let's take a look at these blitz cards. This will allow me to play my other hands, or other blitz cards in my hand if I win, but if I don't, I can't play any next turn, so it's pretty risky. This is also a risky card. If I choose the right suit, I can play 2 of them for free, but if I don't, my opponent gets that card. This just deals damage and destroys cards known as trinkets, but it's pretty expensive at 11, and that might be what we go with, because it'll stop me from taking quite as much damage. So I'm going to give all in to the crib, and I'm just going to wait for my opponent to give me a second card.
But I don't want to.
But you have to.
You can have this one. I like my cards.
Alright, so now the run phase begins. So the player clockwise from the dealer starts by putting down a card, a main card. We count upwards, maximum until 31. Then it resets.
So curious. Have a 10.
A 10, you say? Well, you're lucky, because I don't have a 5, because 15 is a scoring method. But I do... but if I put down a 9, if you put down an 8 or a jack, then it would be a run of 3. So I'm going to put down a 4 and hope that you don't have an ace.
Why? I had the 5. I had a 5 ready. 19.
Alright, 19. That's not too bad. I would not want to put down a 2, because that would go to 21. And then if you had a 10, which is the most common card, that would be a 31, and I would take 2 damage. So I'll put down a 9 and go to 28. Can he put down a card without going over 31 is the question.
He
cannot. Can't. But I can put down a 3 and go directly to 31, which is 2 damage to you.
18.
And if you have a card to play to go under 31, you do have to play it. But now it resets, and we start with the person who could not put down a card.
Or you don't have a 5?
Luckily, I don't. Just a 12.
Darn you. 17. You take
17, and I take 1 damage. Because of last card. Alright, now we go to the score phase. Because we're all out of cards to play for the run phase. The player clockwise from the dealer goes first, and the flip card is a 4.
That's interesting. And then been 5.
Luckily, it wasn't a 5. You would have gotten so many points.
4. Yeah, it would have been nice. 2.
So I count 1, 2, 3, 4 15s, and each 15 is worth 2 points. So that's 8 points, and then a pair for 10 points. And you note how many points you have using this little die here. Will my opponent play a blitz card? They can do a lot of different things. Heart cards typically heal or reinforce you, or generate points for next turn. Diamond cards can control and manipulate things. Club cards are all about dealing damage, and spade cards create trinkets, which are lingering cards that can last over different turns or rounds. You can't play that card. That's 14 points.
No.
but
I
he can't
can play my favorite.
Bloodsport. Of course, it's his favorite card. So next round, all damage inflicted during the run is doubled. It's a very high risk card, but for some reason, DJ really likes it. So, and I'm glad you didn't have enough points for that. Okay, and that only costs 2, so he's at 8 points. And you are allowed to bring up to 10 points into the bank for your next round, or just later in the game if you're the dealer, which I am. So now that DJ's done, the dealer who goes last in the score phase flips over his cards. And in this case, the 4 does help me a good amount. I'm just shuffling so I can make more sense of it. So this is what's called a double straight. So you can go 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and a pair. So that's 8 points. It's a classic cribbage score, and it's always good, especially in Cribbage Blitz. So on top of that, we have a 2, 4, and a 2, 4 with this 9. So you can do 2 different 15s. So that's 12 points. Now what am I going to do? Because it's early in the game, I could get away with a high risk card like this. But this isn't going to help me too much because he doesn't have a trinket. And I could just play this outright. Especially if I use the 6 points here, and if I don't win, then I'm much worse off in terms of positioning for later in the game. So in this case, I'm just going to use 5 points to Blitz Handler and go down to 7 points. So the next time I would take damage from a Blitz card, it triggers, and it halves the damage taken rounded down. But it only can be triggered 2 times before it's trashed.
Such a good combo now that I've got Bloodsport out.
Yes, it is. Well, I mean, that damage would be from the run and not from a Blitz card. So now we're done with my main hand, and we go to the crib. Now the dealer can only bring 10 points in the bank to the crib, and once he's in the crib, he cannot play, or he or she or they cannot play cards from their Blitz cards from their main hand. So let's see what we got. 3, 6, 8. Well, this isn't good. I'm not sure if I can do anything with this. Oh wait, no, okay. 4, 3, and 8 is 15. And that's it. So that's just 2 points. But hey, I'll take it. You never know what you're going to get in the crib. And these 2 Blitz cards that were given are the only ones I could play right now. And just for fun, yes, I will play all in. It's a Joker card. Joker cards, there's only 6 in the deck. All of them are very high risk, but they're also pretty high reward. So we're going to shuffle the Blitz deck and reveal the top card. And I will choose a suit at the same time. If it's the suit that I choose, I can play that card twice for free. But if it's any other suit, my opponent here will get to play it. So let's give this a shot. Club.
Please be a heart. Please be a heart.
Oh, it is a heart.
Yes!
Oh gosh.
And it's Defender. Yes.
All right, that's not good for me. So now he will reflect the damage taken from next 3 of my attacks, which I did not want. But boy, I would have loved if I could play that. I was gonna say heart too. Darn. So now that the dealer's done with his crib, we end the round. And now my opponent would become the dealer, or really whoever's clockwise from me. And the only time the Blitz deck reshuffles is when all the cards have been drawn. And rounds just keep on going until one of us loses all of our life points, which, with Bloodsport, that could happen very quickly. And again, thank you for tuning in. That's how you play Cribbage Blitz.